Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning, live from Los Angeles. This is Dr. Erin. We come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with our unique truth. So let's talk about turning problems into opportunities. Myrtle Fillmore said, "You do not have a problem except the one that is in your own mind, and you put it there." She was a badass, not going to lie. Okay, so let's talk about turning problems into opportunities. So I remember when I was 15 years old, I remember wanting so bad to have my driver's license. It was a very different time. I guess kids these days are barely getting their driver's license. There's things like Ubers and things like that. But back in my day, we desperately wanted our driver's license because it represented freedom. So I remember thinking that once I turned 16, I would finally be happy because I would be able to drive and be able to be free and independent. So my 16th birthday, I literally went down to the DMV the day of, on my 16th birthday, and I got my driver's license. I was so excited. So I raced out and bought my first car with my money I'd saved. I actually was waiting tables from the time I was 15 years old at a local restaurant. And it quickly brought me back to reality because the car I bought was, it was really cute, of course, and it broke down every other day. So it kept breaking down. I thought if I could just get a different car, if I could just buy a car that didn't break down, then I'd be happy. So I saved and saved money, and I saved enough money to get a brand new car. It was not glamorous by any means, but it was new. And then I had a new problem because then I had this thing called the car payment. And then I found myself having to work all the time. The point is this, is that we keep thinking that if we solve one problem, that we'll have no problems. There's this concept in our mind that actually one day we will become problem free, which is really hilarious if you think about it, because, the president of the United States has a lot of problems, right? Elon Musk has a lot of problems. Oprah Winfrey has new problems. She may be a multi-billionaire, but she's got new problems, right? The point is this, is that no one is problem free. And what is a problem exactly? There is a saying that if you want to have a pay raise, you have to take on more problems. And so we need to really shift. The shifting of the mind, of shifting from problems to opportunities, that's really the gap of somebody who is in full power, that is awake, that is at cause over their life. Realizing that when we solve one problem to be happy, it can never be our source of happiness. As long as we put it out in the world, as long as you think that if you solve a problem, then you'll be happy, you definitely have a problem. That's your problem. Your problem is that you haven't figured out true source and true faith, and knowing that nothing out there will ever make you happy. Nothing out there ever solved will ever make you feel peace. We live in a relative universe that will always have the light and the dark. It will always have a relative experience. If you're looking to the world to have peace, joy, love, happiness, good luck. It ain't ever going to happen. In fact, you're just going to go insane. So what do we do about this? How do we transform problems into opportunities, right? So I'll never forget, there is an actual process called the gap. It's in leadership distinctions. And Dan Sullivan was one of the masters at that, strategic coach. And so many, there's a thing called a gap. So what you do is, on a piece of paper, I invite you to get out a piece of paper. And on one side of the paper, you write down all of your problems. Say, I would suggest taking one of the 4 areas of your life. So say you take relationship or career and money or your health and wellness or creative expression, and write it down, just that one area of your life. And write down all the problems, all the reasons why you can't really live abundantly in that area of your life. And you write down all those things. So let's just take career and money, because most of us are pretty, in America, we have like this whole thing. If we just have enough money, then our problems will all be solved, right? So let's write down career and money. Why is it that you can't do what you want to do in that area? Maybe you don't have enough time. Maybe you don't understand. You're not an expert in the area. Maybe you just don't know how. Maybe you have X, Y, and reason why you can't figure out different areas of that area of your life. So write down all those things. Make a list. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 100. I don't know what it is. And then what you do is on the other side is you write a list of you basically invert it, right? So if you don't have enough time, then you write on the other side, find enough time, right? So what is that gap? How do you do that? Maybe you need to read a book on time management. Maybe you need to take other things off your schedule. Maybe you need to X, Y, and Z, right? So the point is that you take time, whatever problem you have, and you innovate. You become creative. You begin to ask those hard questions of what's really going on. Is this just an excuse for you actually not to have the career and money that you truly desire? Is it that you just are having too many things on your calendar that you need to take off? Is it that you need to literally educate yourself more on this topic? What is that exactly, right? So we want to turn and become empowered. And what part of that is always, always, always the shift. And this is really the shift. This is, I teach a mastermind, and I think it's in week 2 or 3, I can't remember, that we actually teach this gap. We teach how to shift into turning problems into opportunities. And this is something you're going to use for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, you will be using this. But I think it's like a muscle. Once you learn how to transform those problems into opportunities, then your mind just thinks like that. It thinks in an innovative way. And that's the point of going into meditation in the morning. You bring your problems in and you allow them to just sit with you. You sit with your problems and you begin to awaken to new ways of handling those problems. New innovative things come forth, new people to reach out to, and so on and so forth. And so, as Gandhi said, get a better problem. The thing is, the mind, you have to understand, the mind is a problem solver. That's what the mind is designed to do. And if we don't give it a great enough of a problem, it will find little silly, trivial problems to solve. And you'll get stuck in the same little rat race over and over again, creating new drama because it has to find a problem. So Gandhi was brilliant and he said, get a better problem, create a better problem for yourself, raise your standards in life. Einstein said, the same mind that created the problem can't solve the problem. So my suggestion for you is to get out of your own mind. Read a book of somebody who has figured it out. Get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody that will get you thinking in new ways. So today is all about finding perfection in the imperfection. The universal law today is the law of perfection. And this law states, at a spiritual level, there's only perfection. At a spiritual level, there's only perfection. There is divine order to the cosmos and a harmonic progression within every cause and effect. Life is unfolding perfectly. You are whole and complete exactly as you are. Perfect God, perfect woman, perfect being. There is a perfect mental equivalent to everything created in the physical universe designed for your awakening. So today's daily spiritual practice is to find perfection in the imperfection. So here are some questions to ponder on, think upon, and so on. So what problems are constantly playing in your mind? Think about this. This is a really great one. Is it that you're lonely all the time? Is it that you think that if you just find that partner, then it'll all work out? Is it just, the problems are always at, I just don't, I don't know what my purpose and calling is. Maybe you're constantly trying to figure that out. Maybe that's your problem. Problems don't always look like we're going, oh, this is a huge problem. It's what is playing out in the mind. What is it constantly trying to figure out? And that is the problem that your brain is trying to calculate, right? Next question is, what reoccurring themes of problems keep showing up in your life, right? Is it that you constantly are having drama with your friends? Is it that you are just constantly getting confused and overwhelmed? What are those problems? What are the problems that keep showing up in your life? Next question is, what do you keep doing over and over, hoping for a different outcome? And man, we all have those problems, right? We keep doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different outcome. What is that? And lastly, take 10 minutes to brainstorm on how you could transform your problems into opportunities. I suggest for you to just sit down again with those pages on one side, writing down all the problems, all the reasons, all the excuses, all those things. And then on the other side of the page, writing down flipping it and inverting it into the positive. What is it that you truly want to know the truth on? And then I would suggest going into meditation, going into prayer, and really asking your higher self to deliver that innovation, to deliver how to transform that way of being within your life. So today I know that we are all perfectly imperfect. There will always be problems because we're in life. Life is dynamic. There is resistance. We created this way to have a dynamic game. So what's the game that you're up to? What is the innovation? What is the opportunity? Who do you need to be? And so in this, I just know perfection, perfection, more perfection as we step into this day, taking a deep breath together through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Inhaling again through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. And what I know for sure is that today is the opportunity to step into the grandest version of yourself. I recognize anywhere that there is a problem is the opportunity. That is the growth into leadership, into development, into a new life beyond your wildest dreams. I recognize that there is this classroom that we're in, this profound classroom that helps us grow, helps us develop our consciousness, and helps us experience more and more depths of love in our soul. I simply know this in mind, in my heart, and in every ounce of my soul. As together we say, and so it is. So have a wonderful day, you guys. May you live your truth, and may you know that there is no problems. There's only opportunities. You have a great day. Thanks again for tuning in to Dr. Erin and Soul Society podcast. I'd like to invite you to write a review on iTunes. Also, I have a free gift for you, a money meditation and worksheet, which you can find at soulciety.com. That's www.soulciete.com. Or 30 guided meditations at drerin.tv. That's www.drerin.tv. We also hold monthly Soul Society events that are all about transformation and building extraordinary community. You can also watch me live daily on goodmorninglalaland.com or Instagram at drerin.tv. Grab your free manifestation masterclass with the purchase of my international best-selling book, Awakening, a 40-day guide to unleashing your spiritual powers, life purpose, and manifesting your dreams at erinfallhaskell.com/awakening book.